Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and I'm back just to kind of share something a little bit different. And then I did want to talk about something really quick, which I've been watching a few YouTube videos about. For those of you who follow the channel and you're somewhat into fashion, many of you may have heard of the Fear of God and the Fear of God Essentials. Their sweatsuit line. It's basically a fashion brand that was created by a guy named Jerry Lorenzo, very popular. And their sweatsuits are known for just having really good material. But they're also known for being pretty doggone expensive. And I, for one, do not feel like paying $300 for a sweatsuit. However, I do appreciate the style and I do appreciate great fabrics. But I'm always looking for a cheaper alternative. And so I tried out this brand. They're called Minimal. And over the weekend, they had a President's Day sale. And so I took advantage of it. And they had some really good sweatsuit outfits that you could get for roughly around 65 to 70 bucks. So I took advantage and I picked up a pair of their sweat shorts. Spring is coming up. I'm a huge shorts guy. I used to live in California, actually plan on moving back. And so I picked up a pair of their shorts, and I also picked up one of their sweatsuits, which also resembles and looks a lot like the stuff you would see from Fear of God, but for a fraction of the price. It just came in, and I gotta say, the materials on this stuff is really good. And they do look and feel amazing. My days of wearing suits and going into a corporate office have been long gone, ever since my job transitioned to a work from home. And so whenever I can find a quality hoodie, for those of you who love hoodies, if you love hoodies, throw a hoodie emoji. I don't think there's such thing as a hoodie emoji, but let me know down in the comments if you can appreciate a good hoodie. I can always appreciate a good hoodie. But this brand here, they're called Minimal. And again, for a fraction of the price, really great quality stuff. I'm really appreciating what I got from them. Doesn't mean I'll never get a pair of, or like an Essentials Fear of God sweatsuit. But just for now, I have to be smart with my money, which takes me to the reason why I created this video. And I want to find the game down here. There was a game that I had in mind when I was thinking about making this quick video. Where's it at? Where's it at? I guess we could use this one right here. We could use any one of the Castlevania games. I am a huge fan of the Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. And I got to get it out of here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. I love the Castlevania games. One of the first Castlevania games I played or saw my brother play, was Super Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo. One of the first Castlevania games I owned was Castlevania Symphony of the Night on the PlayStation 1. I still own that game today. And once I started building my DS collection, I decided, you know what? I want to get the Castlevania games for the DS. And so I have all three: Portrait of Ruin, what is it? Dawn of Sorrow, maybe, and I think Order of Ecclesia. If I got that wrong, let me know down in the comments, but that's not the point. The point of this video is to share something that I'm quickly realizing, and that is life is like one big action RPG. And back in the day, you would have been able to kind of fumble your way through your RPGs, stumble through the levels, slowly find your upgrades, slowly find, the different weapons and things that you needed to advance in the game. But today, I don't think that works. And when you're playing the game of life, you're not going to be able to advance unless you have some cheat codes. Why do I say that? For any of you who have been watching some of my more recent videos, I've been talking about priorities. I've been talking about life. I've been talking about, getting your real life orders in order, right? Making sure you have stable income, making sure that you're not 39 and still living with your parents, making sure that you've got goals, that you're setting them and you're achieving them, making sure that you're executing on the things that you say you want to do and the things that you want to achieve. And what I'm realizing is that in this day and age, for someone who's maybe in their early 20s or just coming out of college, or maybe you're just entering the workforce, unless you have a cheat code, the game of life is going to be very difficult for you because the same amount of opportunities are not present for this generation that were there when I was just coming out of high school. And, you know, it's tough. And I don't know if it's because I've been talking about this type of content that YouTube has been recommending these videos to me, but more and more I'm seeing videos from Gen Z and from Gen Alpha. I think that's the name of the generation that's coming after Gen Z, and even some millennials who are saying that life is just so hard that they're just kind of ready to quit. They're ready to just quit the game. They're going to take the game, turn the system off, and they're just going to quit and go do something else. And unfortunately, life is not like an action RPG. You cannot quit. I guess technically you can, but that would be the ultimate quitting. Like, there's no coming back from that type of quitting, if you know what I mean. And obviously, no one wants to do that. That's never the answer. And I think we were all made with tougher skin. We're made of tougher stuff than that, and we're made to survive. And so what do I think is the cheat code for someone who's entering or playing the RPG game of life right now? I think, to me, when I look at it, is you have to be constantly putting yourself in position for opportunity. The cheat codes in life are not written out. They happen to come upon those who have put themselves in position and made themselves ready so that when the cheat code opportunity comes, they can take full advantage of it and advance to the next stage of the game of life. If I were to use myself as an example, I went to a regular elementary, middle, and high school. I went and did undergrad out of state, just like most other folks. And then when I graduated from undergrad, I didn't have a job like a lot of people. And I spent pretty much from, I want to say, from 22 to about 24 doing pretty much volunteer work. I was in a space where I wasn't making any real money to buy or do anything. I definitely wasn't in a position to where I could rent my own apartment or purchase a home yet. And I wound up really sleeping on couches and staying with friends, quite literally. But what I was doing in the meantime was I was grinding. And maybe not so much in Castlevania, but in a lot of RPGs, you have this thing where it's called you're grinding. And what it means to grind is you're just continuing to fight, the bosses, right? If you're playing a traditional RPG, the more you walk around, you happen to randomly run into an enemy, and then you got to fight them. And then if you fight them and you beat them, you level up. You get your skills go up. You might get an attribute, and you keep on doing this so that you can level up your character and level them up so that when you finally get to the main boss, your level is at a point where you can actually not only withstand the blows from the boss, but you can actually overtake them and win the level. And so during that time frame where I was, kind of doing volunteer work, I was still in school. I was still learning skills. I was still developing myself, and I was grinding, but just in a different way. So that when the real opportunity came for me to get into a position where I could make a substantial amount of money or, get an opportunity to level up in life, I was ready for it. And why am I saying this? I'm saying this because if you are one of those people, or if you are a young person and maybe you feel like you're in a very much a grinding phase of your life, continue to find ways that you can level yourself up. Maybe you're not able to get that job that you want that will, afford you the $3,000 a month apartment or the $700 a month car payment, but maybe you can level yourself up in different ways so that when that opportunity comes, you're ready. So that when the conversation comes, you're ready to have it in an intelligent way that will demonstrate to the person you're talking to that you're ready to take yourself and your life to the next level. And I know this video seems kind of random, but I feel like I've watched so many hopeless videos today that I felt the need to just drop a video. I know this is my second video of the day, but if this video happens to reach anyone who kind of feels like their life is at a stalling point, or if you feel like maybe you're not where you want to be, continue to grind, continue to learn, continue to grow, because you're going to eventually put yourself in a position where you can level up. Look, I have a full-time job. I think my job pays me pretty well. I've 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 accomplished a good amount of things in life, but you know what? I'm still on YouTube. I'm still making videos, and in some ways, YouTube has become somewhat of a side hustle. Yeah, it's more of a thing that I do out of passion, because I enjoy it. You know, I feel like the more I make YouTube videos and the more I'm able to talk to the community, um, it does something for me internally. You know, I give to you guys and you give back. It's funny because on the video that I dropped today, someone posted, I put up a video about choosing to buy food versus choosing to buy video games, and a comment that I got was, maybe you should choose to buy some lotion because my hands are so ashy. That was hilarious. I don't know the name of the dude who posted that, but that comment was funny. It actually made my day because my hands were pretty stinking ashy. And even something as small as that, just adds value to my day. And so I'm definitely getting more out of this than just the few pennies that AdSense pays me. But YouTube itself can become a side hustle. And I think everyone has their own unique voice. Everyone has their own unique story. And YouTube is a platform where you can tell it. And I honestly think that is going to get you more views and get you more connected to the community than trying to just cook up some weird script or create some weird video out of nowhere. Because that's what's going to make you you. And I've talked about artificial intelligence, and I've talked about how pretty soon we're going to be competing with AI. We're going to be competing with, folks that are able to produce a massive amount of content each day, just by using some of these AI systems. But use your voice, continue to grind it out. The game of life is a game that you can win. And there are cheat codes, but in order for you to take advantage of those cheat codes, you have to be continuously putting yourself in position so that when those cheat codes when they reveal themselves to you, you're able to take full advantage. There are so many times when life is trying to give you a cheat code, but because you haven't prepared yourself to use it, because you're not ready, because you're not in the mental frame of mind or the emotional frame of mind, you're not able to take advantage of it, and you miss out. And I'm sure there's a lot of us, all of us, even myself, we've had those moments in life where we had an opportunity, but because we weren't ready, because we weren't prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, we missed out on it, and it took us even longer to finally get to that level up. I don't want you to spend the rest of your life trying to beat Castlevania. Obviously, I mean that figuratively. But I just felt like I needed to drop this video for someone out there who's thinking about it. Maybe it's Friday night and you're actually just trying to beat an RPG tonight. If you are playing an RPG, if you happen to be playing Castlevania, or if you happen to be playing one of your favorite games, continue to grind it out. It's not over. Keep battling, keep hustling, keep grinding, keep fighting, keep leveling up, and eventually you will stumble upon one of those cheat codes that will take you to the next level in no time. It's the Y2K Collector. Enjoy your Friday night and have a great weekend. Peace out.